أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear girls? I hope you are safe and in good health all the time. Inshallah, today we are going to finish the revision in the booklet. Yesterday in the Zoom meeting, we finished revising the things that we need about Unit 3 in the student book. Today we are going to finish the revision in the booklet in order to help you get ready for the quiz. And after that, we are going to start the final revision from the final revision sheet. Today is our last day in the booklet. But please do your homework of today to get ready for the quiz. Let us start now. Open the booklets at page 12. Open your booklets at page 12. Here, question 1. Do the shapes of the countries change on maps over time? Of course, yes, they do. The shapes of the countries never stay the same all the time, but the land itself, the natural features like the mountains, the deserts, the seas, the oceans stay the same, but the shape of the countries is changed. 2. What is the meaning of borders? Borders are edges of countries, the edges of the countries. How do they change? People add more borders all the time. Why? As they divide up the land differently. Like the 4 maps that you have here for the Middle East, since long time ago until now. In this map, only 2 empires ruled the Middle East. The Safavid Empire, that's now called Iran, and the Ottoman Empire, which is now Turkey. So the Ottoman and the Safavid ruled the Middle East between 1500s and 1700s. At that time, only 2 empires ruled the Middle East. Before that time, the Middle East all of it was ruled by one big kingdom or one big empire, which was the Muslim Empire. Who started that big Muslim empire? The Rashidun Caliphs. Okay, B, that map, you can see more divisions, more borders added to the Middle East map. Why? Because in the years 1700s and 1800s, when I say they, I mean the Ottoman and the Safavid empires, these 2 empires, lost parts to European colonizers when the colonization of the Middle East started. You remember? When France and Napoleon Bonaparte colonized Egypt in 1897. Here, in 1919, it means after World War I, after the Middle East was divided between France and Britain. How many countries were formed in the Middle East? 42 countries formed the League of Nations. Why? Because France and Britain divided the Middle East between the 2 of them. The last map is the current map. The current map means the recent and the modern map for the Middle East. This map shows the current borders of the Middle East. Does it look different? Yes, it does. Completely different because we started to have more borders and more countries. And instead of 1 empire or 2 empires, now we have more and very many different countries. That part is talking about the political changes in the Middle East. Now we are going to talk about the social changes. Okay, 1. How was the rural life? We said that the rural life is the simple life of the village, of the countryside, where people, most of them are farmers. They live in very big farms, simple homes. They keep animals, they grow crops, and like this is the simple life in the village. And also the rural life is also the simple life of the Bedouin people who live in tents and eat simple food. When cities become bigger, cities started to grow more only 200 years ago. Mention some factors or some reasons that have helped the growth of cities. You have all the reasons and the factors mentioned on page 95 in your student books, but I just wrote 3 of them. The invention of electricity, the invention of machines, and modern forms of transportation like cars, trucks, and aeroplanes. 4. What is urbanization? We said that urbanization is the growth of cities. Okay, but here, go back here. What is the opposite of rural life? The opposite is urban life. What is the urban life? Urban life is equal the city life. Means a city. So urban life is city life, and rural life is a simple life of the village or the countryside. When cities started to grow more, we call this urban life, and this is urbanization. Urbanization is the growth of cities. But what is migration? If urbanization is this, so what is migration? Migration is the movement of people. Again, the movement of people from place to another. People never stay in one place. They all the time move from country to country, and they, for some reasons, of course. Here, that's very important. It's not mentioned in the book, but I added it. Do you remember the 13 bad effects of urbanization on the environment when we said that urbanization turned it to be bad for the environment? Yes, I just want you to pick up any 3 or 4 of these bad effects that are mentioned on page 96 and 97 in your student books and study them well. I picked up 4 of them. You can pick up more, different impacts or effects as you like, but you have to study at least 3 or 4 of them. Rainforests could be gone in 50 years, and this is very bad when the rainforests are gone. We will have a problem in oxygen, and the pollution will be more because rainforests are like the 2 lungs for the earth. 2, global warming gets faster. Global warming is very bad for the environment, and we discussed it before. 3, pollution to the environment. Urbanization causes pollution to the environment, air pollution, soil pollution, water pollution, because urbanization means it's a city life. In the city, people use a lot of means of transport. There are a lot of factories. The factories and the means of transport make a lot of pollution. 4, stress levels rising in overcrowded cities. In the cities, people are stressed. They are suffering from stress all the time in overcrowded cities. All these are bad effects of urbanization on the environment, or bad impacts. You have a lot of them on page 96 and 97 in your student books. Study them well. And of course, I will upload another worksheet on Classera today. Print the sheet, answer it. All the sheets are very important. They will be very helpful for the quiz and for the final exam. Watch the video, do the homework on Classera, and I will be waiting for you in the discussion room as usual. Goodbye till we meet again, and thanks for your listening.